People would ask me, you must get used to it. You could never get used to that pain. It's called the suicide disease.
Gladys was married to David Rhodes in 1994 and still pursuing her medical degree at the University of Hutton when a serious car accident changed the course of her life.
I had blunt force trauma to my head from that accident. So that just put a brake on my studies. I had a very long recovery.
But that was not the end of her suffering. A simple dental procedure triggered by the fifth cranial nerve already damaged in the accident, causing a condition called trigeminal neuralgia or the suicide disease.
This pain is like electrical shocks to the face. They would come in the eye, the cheek, and the jaw. So any slight thing can trigger it, like applying makeup, brushing my teeth, brushing my hair. I used to just fall, you know. So the pain is like putting your finger in an electric socket, a wet finger, and you just get shocks. And it just, I could get like in 60, 70 shocks in a day. There's no medical known cure for it. So I was on steroids for my first year. So I went from 42 kilos to 107. Ended up with diabetes, type 2, blood pressure, thyroid.
In the months and years that followed, Gladys visited every specialist doctor possible and even underwent brain surgery, hoping to reduce the pain. But her condition only got worse.
Instead of decompressing the pressure in the brain, they upped it twice. So I came out with double the pain, with no eyesight. Now I had a metal plate in my head, and the screws were an added pain to what I was going through. I lost my hearing as well. So altogether, after 2007, I couldn't even get up on my own.
The days after the surgery were some of Gladys's darkest. But through it all, she held on to the hope that Jesus was going to heal her.
In my heart, I always knew I would recover, even though doctors kept saying I won't, and there was no medical cure. The price Christ paid on the cross, you know, for us, that the belief that his blood was shed for us and that he already paid for my pain. I firmly believed that no matter what was going around me, I didn't question him. I didn't say, why did you do this? Neither did I question how he would do it.
Gladys's husband David was working multiple jobs to provide for her prolonged treatment and care, but their financial burdens were mounting.
It was very expensive for the surgery, so it was just a huge burden on him all around. He was my only caregiver. The stress was getting to him too. So I came to India, end of 2008.
Back home in India, Gladys was surrounded by her loving family. But her saga of pain continued. After having to take up to 120 painkillers a day, Gladys's doctor refused to prescribe her any more medication.
He called my father and he said, sir, we can't continue like this, because if we do, her liver, her kidneys, everything's getting damaged. At her age, if she dies, it'll be the medicines I'm prescribing. Now, if he stopped the prescriptions, the pain would kill me.
Every day without the pain medication, it seemed like a day closer to her end for Gladys.
By the third day, it was like around 3 a.m. I was sleeping on my couch. There's this intense darkness around me. That's what I was feeling. Then I thought, this is it. I'm going home to heaven. I thought, this is my last moments. And then I got scared. I said, Jesus, I need you. And right from behind me, I see this person, and he says, I'm Jesus, I'm right here, I'm next to you, you know? And And I said, Lord, you can cure me right now. At this very moment, you can touch me. And he said, you need to wake up your father and go to the hospital.
Gladys was rushed to the hospital in a diabetic shock. And there, a miracle continued to unfold.
Then I woke up. It was this beautiful light. The whole room was bathed in it. And I thought, I love sunrises. So I thought the sun is up, So I sat up and I opened the window and it was pitch dark outside. And then I realized I'm up. I'm sitting up. I used my arm to open the window and I had turned my head without screaming in pain. By then I realized the pain was completely gone, just overnight. So God chose to heal me. I was healed from my diabetes. I got my eyesight back. I got my hearing back.
It's been 3 years now that Gladys has been pain-free. Having suffered for 12 long years, Gladys knows without an iota of doubt that it is Jesus who has healed her. And she has this to share with people suffering pain.
To make sure that they don't put a time frame on their illness, like I want this done now, or to trust God that in His timing, in His wisdom, He will heal. He will bring it to pass. He will restore, but according to His will, His plan, His timing.